Good morning, students. Does anybody know what the subject of a sentence is? No? Well, that's okay, because today I will show you how to find the subject of a sentence. Today we will learn how to correctly identify the subject of a sentence. This is important because we want to know who or what the sentence is about. First, I will show you what to do, and then we will try and do a few sentences together. Lastly, I want you to try this on your own. First, what is the subject of a sentence? The subject of a sentence is the person, place, or thing in the sentence. This tells us what or who the sentence is talking about. So to begin this activity, the first question I'm going to ask you is, what is the first thing we need to do to find the subject? I know that the first step will be to identify the verb. Well, what is a verb? A verb is a word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence. So the sentence, the cat hit the ball, what is the verb? The verb is hit. The next step was to be asked the question, who hits? So in our sentence, the cat hit the ball. Who hits? I know the answer to that question is the cat, because the sentence tells us that the cat hit the ball. So I know that that means the cat is the subject of my sentence. I'm going to try a few more sentences with you, and I'm going to model how to find the subject of this sentence. My next sentence is, Sally likes to run with her friends. First, I want to ask myself, what is the verb? I know that the verb of this sentence is likes. I know the verb of this sentence is run. I know that this is the verb because this describes the state or action of this sentence. I then ask myself, who runs? I know that Sally runs because the sentence says Sally likes to run. So I know that the subject of my sentence is Sally. The last example before we try this together is, the baby cries when she is hungry. Does anybody have any questions on any of the steps we have done before we start this sentence? No? Okay. The next sentence is, the baby cries when she is hungry. The first thing I do is ask myself, what is the verb? The verb of this sentence is cries. I know that the verb is cries because this describes a state or action of the sentence. My next question would be, what is the subject? I know that the subject of this sentence is the baby. The baby is the subject of this sentence because the sentence says, the baby cries when she is hungry. Now, I want you guys to try and do a few sentences on your own. I want you to be able to ask me questions, but I'm going to guide you through these next 3 sentences. So to start, what would the first step to be finding the subject? In this sentence, the turtle moves very slow. Yes, that's correct. The first step would be finding the verb. And what is the verb of the sentence? That's right. The verb is moves. The verb is moves. And how do we know that's the verb? Yes, we know that's the verb because it is describing an action, state, or occurrence. Now we ask the question, who moves? Correct again. The turtle moves. So we know that the turtle is the subject of our sentence. we're going to move on to the next sentence. Our next sentence is John likes to jump on the bed. My first question for you all is, what is the verb? Yes. My next question would be, what is the verb? Can someone tell me what the verb is? Yes, Johnny, the verb is jump because it describes an action. Now, this next step is to ask, who jumps? Sally, can you tell me who jumps? Yes, that's right. We know that John likes to jump because our sentence says John likes to jump on the bed. So we know that John is what, Sally? Yes, John is the subject of our sentence. The last sentence is, my dad likes to drive me to school on Fridays. What is the first step? Yes, we should find the verb. Terry, can you tell me what the verb of this sentence is? My dad likes to drive me to school on Fridays. Almost. Remember that the verb is describing the action, state, or occurrence of this sentence. So in this sentence, my dad likes to drive me to school on Fridays. The verb is drive. Now the next step is to what, Terry? That's right. You ask yourself, who drives? Who drives, class? That's right. The dad. So we know that the subject of our sentence is the dad. Good job, everyone.